Hi everyone, it's World Earth Day this week, so in honour of that we thought we would do a craft that involves using a recyclable object. So we are going to use these. Now these obviously can go into your recycling bin, but we can also use them for craft, and if we're careful about the way we craft with them, we can still put them in the recycling bin afterwards when we finish with them. Just a reminder actually that certainly in Basingstoke it's only plastic bottles that can go in your recycling bin, not plastic yoghurt pots, not plastic tubs, even if they've got the recyclable symbol on them. The only plastic that we recycle in Basingstoke is plastic bottles, and you need to make sure that you take the top off too. Anyway, we are going to have a go at using one of these to make a bird feeder, again in aid of World Earth Day. We're told that some of our birds are, just because they're not being fed in parks and stuff, are going really hungry, so we thought we would have a go at making a bird feeder that we can hang in the back garden, and then the birds can come to our garden to eat instead without us having to break any social distancing rules. Now I don't want to waste the plastic bottle by having an example to show you, so we're going to stop the video here and hopefully show you a still shot of what this one will look like when it's been made into the thing I'm just about to make. Now, neither Bunny nor Bear wanted to come and help me with this today. I'm pretty sure my little monkey would love this craft, but unfortunately she lives in a different house, so she can't come and help me with it. So I'm going to have to try and make do on my own. We're going to use this bottle. Hopefully you've just seen a picture of what it should look like. And the first thing I'm going to do with these scissors is I'm going to cut the bottom piece off. Now the plastic's actually very thin, you don't really need any special scissors to do this. These are just my normal kitchen scissors that we keep in our craft basket. So I'm going to fold it so it's flat like that. I'm going to take these scissors. Now I really have not done an example of this, so it's very possible this craft could go very wrong because I haven't tried it before, so we'll see. Okay, so I have now cut off the little tray on the bottom. Take that bit of label off. This is the bit that we're going to put, oh it's still wet from being washed. This is the bit we're going to put our bird food in. Now if you want to know how to make homemade bird food without having to go to the supermarket to buy any, we're going to do a video on that next week. So you can make your bird feeder this week and your bird food to go with it next week. I might even be able to con-craft Grandad into doing that one for us. So this is the other part of my bottle. I'm going to take that bit of label off as well to make sure it doesn't get blown away, and flatten it back out. Now I'm going to put the lid back on because the idea is I'm going to suspend this part of the bottle above this part of the bottle, and that way the bird food area won't get wet. So I put the lid on so that it will cover it up. I'm going to use my hole punch to punch holes in the four kind of corners of the bottle. If you don't have one of these, you can use these same holes if you have a bradawl, which looks like this, or if you don't have one of those either, you can just use a nail, or you can even use a sharp pencil and a piece of Play-Doh. I'll just show you how to do that first actually. So this is just normal Play-Doh. I'm going to take a big lump of it out. Plasticine or blue tack actually work even better, but I couldn't find any plasticine or blue tack. And I'm going to just squodge it down on the decking here. I'm going to put my bottle above it, and you definitely don't let your child do this on their own. You need to be helping them. I'm going to push the pencil down really hard, and it goes through the plastic, you can see there, and into the Play-Doh so nobody gets their fingers stabbed. And actually it really is very thin, and these bottles are not very much more difficult to puncture even than paper. Okay, so we've made one hole there with that. I'm going to use my hole punch for the others. You can just use a paper hole punch for this. So I've got my 4 holes here, and I'm also going to punch 4 holes into the tray here. There we go. Okay, now in a minute I'm going to string these two together so they'll hang above, and I'm also going to use my bradawl or my pencil to make a hole in the lid so I can hang the whole thing up, but we'll do that in a second. So I want to make this does not really look very attractive like this, so I'm going to decorate this, but I'm going to just use some Sharpie markers to decorate it with, because that way I can still put this in the recycling bin when I want to. If I was to glue anything onto it, it wouldn't be able to be recycled. You could cover it with paper and draw onto it. Paper's recyclable too, so that'd be fine, but I'm lucky enough to have some Sharpie markers. So I think we quite like fairies in our house, so I think I'm going to make this a bit of a fairy house, because I reckon that would be quite a good chimney that goes up the roof, and then I could do like a little fairy door and a window. So I'm going to do that now, and that's not going to be very exciting, it's literally just drawing, so I'll be back with you again in just a second. You too much with my amazing artwork. I'm not the most artistic person ever, but we've got a little fairy door, we've got some windows and some tiles on the roof, and then round the back here we've got a little fairy king and queen. I don't know why the king's not wearing a shirt, maybe it's hot outside, but anyway, there we go. So I can add some more details to this. I'm actually going to cut out my door. Oh, maybe I should cut it the other side of the door frame. There we go. If I just cut it down that far, then it will look like it's just open to let some fairies in and out. And if I squash the bottle again, I can cut out the triangle-y bits here of my window. Without throwing it on the floor. So that you can see through those too. I'll finish those bit afterwards, so I'll show you when we put the picture in at the beginning of it finished. But there we go. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to string the top of the fairy house to the bottom. Just a minute. Sorry about that. We had a brief pause because one of our super kind neighbours, Henry, just left some cream eggs on the green outside the house for us, which was really kind. So if you hear any chomping, that's because Craft Dad couldn't wait for his and he's filming the video. So okay, so we're going to thread this through. Now you can use separate pieces of string, or you can use all the same piece of string. What I'm going to do is I'm going to poke it in through this hole and back out again, and then I'm going to poke it in through the hole in the bottle and back out, and then I will cut it to the length I want. So I think I probably want it about that high. And now I'm going to tie these two bits together with a reef knot, so that's right over left and under, left over right and under, and that's the first bit hanging. I'm going to attach on all of the other bits in the exact same way. So there we go. Now all of the string needs to be at least more or less the right length. Obviously you can see this one's a bit longer, so I'll undo that one in a minute and just change it. All these scraggly ends, don't worry too much about those, because if you just tighten your string by pulling it like that, you can put all of those up inside the little fairy house so that nobody will see any of those dangly bits. You might need to trim them down a bit, obviously, but apart from that, that should be okay.
Fairy house.
And the other, yeah, do you like it?
Yeah.
Well, the other thing to remember is, if it doesn't end up completely perfect, this is one of the reasons why I never say, oh, it's got to be exactly 1.5 inches, or it's got to be this, or it's got to be that. The whole point of craft is that you create something beautiful and that you enjoy it and that it makes you feel successful. So if it's stressing you out, then it's not serving its purpose. The only failed craft project is a craft project that makes you sad rather than brings you joy. So as long as you feel joyful about it, that's pretty good in my book. I'm going to cut these little ends off and I will put a hole in this ready to hang in the tree. Do you like it, Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I love it.
Okay, right, I'll
Especially
just...
the fairy house. I thought that was a really nice idea.
Do you? I thought, well, you know, I made it a fairy house because I thought you would like it. I nearly made it a lighthouse, but I thought it looked more like a fairy house. Now, I'm sure this isn't a completely original idea. I'm sure I've at least seen a photograph of something like this before. Hopefully, there's loads of people doing crafts with plastic bottles, especially at the moment. They don't just make great things you can use in the garden.
To hang up on
Just
the
1
tree,
second,
maybe.
baby, and then we'll do it, okay? You can also make toy cars and all kinds of things. I love using plastic bottles for craft because it's made of plastic, and so children think it's not just another craft they've made, it's an actual thing, it's a toy. So we might do some more plastic bottle crafts in the future. Right, we're going to make our hole in this, and then we will take our picture of it completely done. Maybe Bunny, will you hold it up for me for the picture?
Okay, sure.
Excellent, and
Maybe we should make a
then
hole
we
in
are done.
with this,
Thank you for your
maybe.
attention. Bye. Been literally seconds, and it's already been repurposed in actual fact as a dragon nest. There we go. Oh, his wings caught. So there we are. It's a bird feeder plus a fantastic tool for some creative play.